Hi, Steve Gamache here with a Chef Knives to Go quick look product video. And this time we're looking at the Masakage Koishi series Gyuto 210mm knife. This line of knives has a core steel of Aogami Blue Super or AS steel. The heat treat rating on these is approximately 63 to 65 Rockwell. And the construction is a stainless Kudauchi hammered cladding over the top of that AS or Aogami Super core. So you can see the core steel exposed at the edge there, and then they've got a sandblasted finish on the blade road. This is kind of known as the shinogi line in traditional single bevel terms, but this blade road has a kind of matte sandblast finish to it, and of course you can see the edge peeking through very nicely there. The finish on this is both Tsushimi or pebble finish, it's hammered, and it also has a KU or Kudauchi finish as well. And let's see here, the weight on this knife is 174 grams or 6.1 ounces in this particular sample. They will vary. These dimensions will vary by knife a little bit since they're handmade. The blade length is 217 millimeter on this sample. They tend to run a little oversized on their 210s, about 8.5 inches, and the overall length is about 14.3 for the whole knife. The spine at the base, these are quite thick right coming out of the handle. Get that focus there. They're quite thick coming right out of the handle, but then they thin down pretty rapidly. The spine on the Koishi series is a little more stout than some of their other series, so this tends to hold a little bit of thickness until it goes down and hits the grind of the knife, and a little bit of distal taper, and then when you get to the grind it thins out towards the tip, as per normal on this type of knife. The height on this particular sample is 46.1 at the heel, and the handle type is an octagonal, ambidextrous, really nicely done cherry wood with black packawood ferrule. Get that on camera there. So really nicely done fit and finish on this. Excellent seal and junction on the tang handle area here. Just a real nice fit and finish. The handle circumference is about 3 inches, pretty standard for this style of knife, and feels very good in the hand. One of Masakage's kind of hallmarks with most of their knives is this curved heel choil neck area back in here, and what that does, you get a little bit of extra gap, and then you get a nice curve to put your finger in there for a pinch grip. So these are supremely comfortable for a pinch grip. Speaking of that, the balance point on this is just about right there, maybe slightly in front of the pinch grip, but pretty close. Characteristics of this knife, the profile on it is just a gentle curve throughout the whole edge of the knife. Overall, quite a flat profile. And then these do get pretty thin at the tip. They're not as, at the edge. They're not as thin as the Shimo line, and they're a little more stout than the Yuki line, but they're quite thin nonetheless, as is Masakage's specialty. The edge on this is typical Masakage. I'm going to give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. It's just got that great high polish plus some tooth on the edge, some bite. It's just a really nice edge on these knives. Most all the Masakages I've handled are great out of the box edges. A little bit of a comparison. This knife, I also have my personal 210 Yuki Masakage version of this knife, and I did compare the two of them. This is a little bit heavier, a little bit stouter knife. It's a little thicker all the way around, but it's definitely more robust. So it's got a little more heft to it, and the Yuki probably goes through things just a little bit easier than the Koishi, but I'm not going to say this really wedges that much. It's just the Yuki's is very, very thin at the edge and goes through ingredients just slightly better than this. But this is a very, very good knife nonetheless. They're two different style of knives. So these things look bad, don't they? They are really cool looking knives. They do look like they mean business. You've got your chiseled kanji in here, but it's hard to see with the finish that they put on it, but it is there nonetheless. So these have AS steel, which has got a lot really long-lasting edge on it. So if you like a lot of edge retention, this is a good line for them. From them for you, and just a great knife. So typical high quality Masakage blacksmithing. Here we have the Masakage Koishi Gyuto 210mm.